Hey everyone, and once again, welcome to WsCubeTech English channel. Myself, Umar Taskir. Guys, in this particular video of Facebook ad series, we are basically going to talk about some other settings related to lead generation campaign or the form that we set in lead generation campaign. So far, we know so many things with regards to this lead generation campaign. We know about lead generation process. We know about lead magnets, what kind of lead magnets we can create. We also know this thing, and we have seen the walkthrough of the lead generation campaign, which is there in Facebook ads. Now, in this particular video, we are going to talk about some other settings with regards to the form that we are going to create in this particular lead generation campaign, right? So, if we are going ahead and we are clicking on this create form, right? And over here, we have this setting section that we will discuss, right? And we also have form type option over here. And now we have two options. The first one is more volume and the second one is higher intent. So, we will be talking about what is this more volume and what is this higher intent and in what scenarios which option we should choose and how these options are going to impact on the leads or the number of leads that we are about to receive, right. So, guys, as you can see, more volume, and as the name suggests, whenever you are selecting this kind of form which is dedicated to more volume, there are chances that you will be receiving higher number of leads, right. And whenever you are selecting higher intent, in this particular case there might be the case when your number of leads will be lower, right, or there will be less number of leads, but there will be quality leads. Now, how this happens is, suppose if you are selecting this more volume, what happens over here, you can see you have some sub pages option over here or sub categories over here, which are like introduction, questions, privacy policy thing, right. We have different options, and then we have completion, window or page kind of thing over there, right. But when we select this high intent thing, right, you can see we have one another screen over here which is like review screen. So, as soon as you will select this higher intent thing, you will come across another screen, right. So, it is basically review screen where people will have a chance to look over their info before they submit it. So, it's kind of a double check, right. Now they have filled their information, right. So, we will be asking questions over here, right, and they will fill their information, and once they will fill their information, what will happen, they will receive a review screen which is like a double check for the people who have filled their form, right. So, they will see that thing and they will reconfirm it that okay, the information is correct and we want to submit this form and we want to give our information as lead. So, when we are asking someone again and again, and when we are actually showing this review screen to anyone, which is basically we are asking second time to someone that okay, are you comfortable, are you sure that you are actually willing to submit this form and willing to give your information to us, right. So, it's kind of a double check, it's kind of a like a surety check for the users who are about to fill this form, right. So, whenever we introduce this review screen in our Facebook lead generation form, right. So, if people are double checking it, which means that they have higher intent, right. And when we select this form type which is like more volume, here we do not see any review, right. So, in this particular case, when we are selecting more volume, there might be the case that the number of leads are higher, but definitely the quality of lead will not be that great which is there in the higher intent, because those leads are double checked, right. So, this is again a very important thing, and you can easily decide that which one you actually want to use, right. So, if you want higher number of leads, you can go with more volume, and if the number of leads is not a concern for you, but the quality of lead is basically a concern for you, you can definitely go with this higher intent thing, right. So, this is how it actually works. When we are talking about higher intent leads, the higher intent leads are generally costlier than the leads that we are going to receive from the more volume setting, right. Because in this particular case, many people will basically abandon that form, or many people will leave that form, right. They will fill some information, and when there will be double check option, they will leave from there, right. So, there will be less leads but high quality leads, and because of this thing, the cost of individual lead or a single lead will be higher. So, this is one very important setting which we have whenever we are going to create form. So, it is up to us that how we are going to utilize these two options and which one we have to select in what kind of scenarios. Then we have other settings also, other small settings also with regards to our form configuration. The first one is the language of the form, and then we have option of selecting it as restricted or open, right? So we have this option. Restricted is our form will be delivered to the people only who will be seeing our ad, right? Or it will be delivered, or it will be opened for the people who are basically going to see our ad and they are clicking on it, right? And the other thing is, when we select this open, our ad can be actually shared to anyone and they can also fill that form. But in the previous case, when we are talking about restricted, it is like people who have seen our ad, right, can only submit this form, right? So this is how it actually works, right? Then we have field name things over here, right? That whenever we'll be downloading these leads which are basically collected from this form, what kind of headers or what kind of field names we are going to have. So this is up to us, that what kind of configuration we want to setup. And then we have tracking parameters thing, so we can write the parameter name and parameter value, and we can add other things also. So these are some other settings with regards to the form configuration that we are about to do, right? So we have to make sure that we follow these settings very seriously, and we do these settings according to our requirements. That's it for this specific video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.